Hello and welcome back to the FSS Football channel and today's match preview for the Manchester United versus Newcastle match. Now, of course, Manchester United come into this game off the back of a terrific 4-0 victory over Real Sociedad in Europa League. We were fantastic, and that 4-0 victory surely secures us into the next round of the Europa League, meaning in this game and in the Chelsea game next week, we can go full strength and play a rotated and a heavily rotated squad in the second leg of the Sociedad game. Because at Old Trafford, if we lose by more than 4 goals, we are an embarrassment. Newcastle, on the other hand, come into this game off the back of a 2-0 defeat to Chelsea. A Chelsea side that, yes, is looking a lot better under Thomas Tuchel, but kind of lacking a goal threat today. They've only just drawn 1-1 with Southampton, who are in a terrible rut of form. Furthermore, Newcastle sat in 17th place in the Premier League, and look, I don't think they're very good going forward or defensively. This should be an easy 3 points for Manchester United, and there's no easy way to say it. If we don't win this game, like with the Sheffield United game, like the West Brom game, it's an embarrassment. And I said it after the Sheffield United game and the West Brom game. We should have been winning them games. We didn't. Today, we have to. We have to beat Newcastle. It's as simple as that. Team news for Newcastle. They are without their best striker, and for me, one of their best players in Callum Wilson. Although Aaron St-Maximin should be able to play for them. And Jeff Hendrick has returned from suspension, while centre-back Fabian Schär is out with an injury which he picked up against Southampton. Now, in that game against Real Sociedad, Manchester United were, of course, without both Donny van der Beek and Edison Cavani, who had injuries. Ollie has confirmed that they should both be available to play today. Maybe not at full fitness. Hopefully they are, but I'm not 100% sure. Scott McTominay also was subbed off with an injury. We know he went into that Sociedad with a bit of a niggle. He did come off. We don't know how serious that is. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't mention him really in the press conference. I hope he's all right, but I wouldn't risk him if there's any sort of injury. Especially if we've got Donny back. Play Donny for me. Also in that Real Sociedad game, David De Gea was dropped for Dean Henderson. Well, I say dropped. Of course, it was a cup game. Henderson's our cup goalkeeper. So Henderson played and performed very well. Despite not having much to do, when he did have stuff to do, he did it well. He was very commanding. He just had a good game, Dean Henderson. And people have been calling for Dean Henderson to get into the starting lineup today. Now, despite the fact Dean Henderson had a fantastic game, and I like Dean Henderson, David De Gea is our number one and should remain as our number one. Why? What has David De Gea done to be dropped? He's done nothing wrong. I'm all for it. If Dean Henderson continues his good performances and David De Gea does make some high-profile mistakes, bench him. Bench him, bring Dean Henderson in. But he hasn't done that this season. In fact, Dean Henderson's done more than David De Gea. That's Sheffield United goal. That's the worst goal we've conceded all season. And that was Dean Henderson. And I love Dean Henderson. But David De Gea has done nothing to be dropped. And people are going to get the stats of his cup game. If we're doing that, let's get Sergio Romero. Bring him into the first team. He's not even made he's not been registered for the Premier League this year, and he's been fantastic in the cups for us. So let's not have any double standards here. No one wanted Romero in goal when David De Gea was making the mistakes. Now he's not making the mistakes just because Henderson's doing well in the cups. For me, he should not be our first choice goalkeeper just yet. But talking about that, this is the team I would play today. So I've gone for David De Gea in goal, of course. Normal back four. Well, and for me, our best back four. Wan-Bissaka at right back. 2 centre backs. Lindelof on the bench. Bailly has to play with Maguire. The way we play with Maguire is leaps and bounds better than what we do when it's Lindelof and Maguire. Bailly improves our defence so much. It's unreal. He has to play Eric Bailly alongside Maguire so we can play on the front foot. We can play it pretty much on the halfway line, and we're not afraid of that ball over the top. Isaac at one point was running through on goal. Bailly's pace stopped us conceding there. Yes, it was Bailly that got spun originally, but he made up because he's so quick. If that's Lindelof there, 1-0 Sociedad. Luke Shaw at left back. Telles had a good game for me against Sociedad, but Luke Shaw's our number one left back, and Luke Shaw doesn't deserve to be dropped. It's as simple as that. A similar story to Dean Henderson. You can't drop your first choice player when he's done nothing wrong. You have to. Telles has to take his chances in the cups. I think he's somewhat doing it. I think he's had a few bad games. But Sociedad played well. He should play against Sociedad again. Give him more game time in the cups. And if he plays so well, he forces Shaw out. Brilliant. But at the moment, Shaw has to be at left back for me. In my double pivot, Fred and Donny van der Beek. And of course, I said Donny van der Beek should be fit. If he's not, of course, don't play him. But I wouldn't risk Scott McTominay in this game. So don't. I would play Donny van der Beek if he is fit. If not, of course, Matic would come in. If McTominay is fit, maybe you start McTominay alongside Fred. No matter what, I would like to see Donny van der Beek play. So I've gone for Donny. I think his football intelligence will make us a lot better team. And especially against a team that will sit deep, Donny van der Beek has more of the keys to unlocking a tight defence and a low block defence than what I think Scott McTominay has. Then in the front line, Marcus Rashford on the left, fantastic against Sociedad. So he has to play. He's one of our best players and a player that Ollie will never drop. I criticise Rashford a lot. I think his decision making is poor at the best of times, really. But look, he played well. He missed some sitters, Rashford, but he's in the right places, and you want that. And he is a match winner at the end of the day. Greenwood out on the right. I don't think this is a game for Dan James. Dan James played better in the second half than he did in the first half against Sociedad. Didn't think he was amazing. But Real Sociedad really came at us in the second half because we had a lead and they knew they had to try and beat us because they know how hard it will be to beat us at Old Trafford. They came out and Dan James had so much space to run into, and that's where he's best. Newcastle will be the exact opposite of that. There won't be any space to run into. They'll sit deep. Dan James is not good in them type of games. So for me, Greenwood out on the right. Bruno at 10. We all know Bruno's at 10. He's our best player. He's the one that scores goals, creates goals, can do something out of nothing. He goes at 10. And Anthony Martial up top for me. Cavani, if he's fit or not, I don't care. You know my opinion on this by now. I think Martial should be our number one striker. So play him at number one striker for me. What I would say about Bruno Fernandes, though, I want him to play like he did against Sociedad, where he was really, really good on the ball. There's quite often, and I said this in the watch-along, that Bruno will try the incredible, the match-winning ball too often. Sometimes you just have to get the ball in the deck and just give it 5 yards, get it back 5 yards. Just like you see with Kevin De Bruyne. And I think Bruno's capable of both. When he does the simple ball, I think he's a lot better player, like he was against Sociedad, and I think we're a better team when he does that. Of course, sometimes you have to try the over-the-top ball, the wonder ball. And that's what I was so impressed with Bruno Fernandes in the Sociedad game. He knew when to try it and when not to, and I think he was fantastic in that game. So I think we need to have a Bruno Fernandes performance just like that. This is him I think Ollie will play. Very, very similar, really. I just think he will go with McTominay if he's fit, and I think he'll go with Cavani if he's fit. Apart from that, I think it will be exactly the same as mine. I think that's simply because that's his two favourites. He loves Edison Cavani. He loves Scott McTominay. So why would he not play him? But anyway, like I said, this game's a must win. It's not good enough not to win this game. They're 17th. They're not very good at going forward. They're not very good defensively. We play our game. We play on the front foot. We can beat them. And I think we will beat them. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Manchester United win. And look, I'm confident in this game, but I'm less confident than I should be going against 17th in the league. And that's simply because of the West Brom game, the Sheffield United game. Games we should have put to bed. Games we should have easily won, and we didn't. And that's just what we've done so often. Not just this season, but last season as well. I think we will win it. I think we'll dominate most of the game. It's just about whether we can create chances. And in the end, can we find the final piece of the jigsaw that we were missing against West Brom and Sheffield United and breaking a team down that plays deep. And I think we will today. Like I said, I'm going for a 2-0 win. Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, please do hit the like button below and subscribe if you're new and you haven't already. Please tune in for the watch along. Details will be on your side. I believe it's a 7 o'clock kickoff, so the stream will start at 6:30. If I'm wrong, of course, the details are beside me, as they have been for the majority of this video. Anyway, like I said, hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.